Our last speaker is going to be Tim, and the title of his speech is the 5-minute method, so please welcome Tim.
One challenge people have with Toastmasters is that Toastmasters requires people to do a lot of speaking and a lot of speeches. And for some people that's easy because they talk too much anyway. And for other people, it's a challenge because they're not quite sure how to do all of those speeches. And the reason is because they do it the wrong way. And because they do it the wrong way and they go about preparing the wrong way, they never quite get around to giving those speeches. They mean to do it, they'll do it later, but the time comes up and they just haven't prepared. They aren't ready to go on stage yet. Maybe next week, and then something comes up that week. Maybe the week after that. So every time they're free, they're not ready. And every time that they're ready, they're not free. Happens all the time. But there's a simple way to solve that whole problem. You can be speaking next week, you can be speaking 2 weeks, you can be speaking every week, as often as you want, if you use the 5-minute method. Using the 5-minute method will guarantee you're able to speak anytime, anywhere, when you got to speak. First step in the 5-minute method is you have to talk about something you're interested in. I know it sounds obvious. Duh, of course. How many people go out there and they think they got to give a speech? It's got to be something really fantastic, really great about the national debt or the deficit or something, these big world concerns. You know nothing about it. So when the time actually comes up to give that wonderful, marvelous, world-changing speech, push it down the road. I'm not going to do it right now. But if you're interested in something, you probably can talk a lot of time. You ever been at a party and you got talking to somebody about something you really liked, really interested in, the time just flies by, and you're just talking back and forth, and you're excited about it, or interested in it? Anybody have experience? You can do it. 5 minutes is nothing, absolutely nothing. If you're interested in your subject, find something you're really interested in. Or ask people, hey, what am I interested in? Because they'll probably know. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Remember that party we were at? You went on and on and on and on. Find something you're interested in. Second step, one of the most important steps is, please, everyone, only practice for 5 minutes. A big, big, big mistake people make is they think, it's not enough. I got to practice for an hour or half an hour or at least 20 minutes, and then the time comes up and like, oh, geez, I got that big meeting tomorrow, I got to go on the plane, I haven't got all that time. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it twice as long. Half an hour today, I was going to do today. I'll do an hour tomorrow. And then 2 hours, then 5 hours. Pretty soon you got 1,000,000 hours banked up there, and you've never given a speech once. Just 5 minutes. That's all it takes. Force yourself. At the end of 5 minutes, that's it. You're done. Stop. Finished. And that's it. Toastmasters, most speeches are 5 to 7 minutes anyway. No big deal. If you do just that much, you'll actually practice for a speech. If you try to do beyond that, more than that, probably never be ready. And I know this because I'm the same way. When I started out in Toastmasters, I wanted to do one of those big speeches. I would get there 10 minutes and 15 minutes and practice, and after about 2 minutes, like, oh man, 10 minutes, and 3 minutes, and watching that clock, and finally, that's enough. And then the next night it'd be, 2 minutes, and just 5 minutes. Spend 5 minutes to be ready. The final step is to make sure you do that every day. You see, a mistake people make is they do 5 minutes here, and they do 5 minutes there, and they do it every now and then, but they don't do it every day because they don't have time to do it every day. I got too much stuff going on. I don't possibly do that. And they make the mistake of thinking they have to do it the same time every day. And you don't. Your 5 minutes is going to bounce all over the place. Some people, it's 5 minutes when they wake up in the morning. They wake up in the morning and boom, they got the 5 minutes every single day. They can do practice at 5 minutes. Other people aren't even alive early in the morning when they get up and go to work. So they've had their coffee and everything. But they're good at night. They're night people. Hey, 5 minutes right before they go to sleep. And still other people, probably most of us, have different times. It's like, oh, I got 5 minutes to snatch right now. Or it's the boring show and it's kind of boring. I got like 5 minutes left to go in the show. I'll drop that, just practice my speech, get it done. However you find it, find that 5 minutes in your day. Find that 5 minutes in your day and it'll be no problem. It'll be a simple matter to do it. And if you do that over and over and over again, well, we can do some basic math. Okay, 5 minutes one day is how many minutes? 5? Anybody? 5? Okay. For a week, if you go through an entire week, that's 7 days at 5 minutes, basic math. Anybody? Okay, a little tougher one. 2 weeks is
70 minutes.
Exactly 70 minutes. Our engineer over here. Thank you. I'd say a little over an hour, but that's just me. If you just keep doing that, pretty soon you rack up some serious time. In 2 weeks, you got about 2 hours. You know, and it keeps going from there. In 4 weeks, you got about, well, I turned to our engineer for those details. You get a lot of time. Very shortly and very quickly. That's the 5 minute method. It's really very simple. First, talk about something you're interested in. Something that excites you, something that gets you going. Avoid all the boring topics. Whatever gets you going, talk about that. Secondly, only 5 minutes. Limit yourself to 5 minutes. Just resist that urge to try to be the marathon speaker of 20 minutes and half an hour. 5 minutes. And then finally, every day, find the time. Somewhere you can find the time. And I guarantee you, if everybody here uses that 5 minute method, I will see everybody up here, and I look forward to seeing everybody up here giving a speech by the end of the year. Mr.
Thank you, Tim. That was very informative. So now we all know how to prepare for a speech. Okay, now we're going to